Hello and welcome at Stocks Advisor channel. Here at our channel, we are looking for interesting buy opportunities for US-based stocks. In today's episode, we will talk about YALA Limited, traded at New York Stock Exchange, ticker name YALA. By looking closely at YALA Limited Group, we can see that the price action was quite significant during the last trading session, and it finished showing kind of a dark candle. So it started high and finished lower, but still this was with very big upwards shadow. And usually this means that at the end of the day, bears prevailed over bulls, and now let's say some extra move can be observed kind of downwards if you just look at the candle itself, but also if you look at it in the combination with the previous candle, which is red one, this could be kind of a deceleration of the trend. Actually, it works like a temporarily bullish effect here, so we might observe some small spike. Also, given the fact that overall trends are decelerating, especially if you look at moving average 20 here, the green line. But then it looks like inevitably we are going to have a more major correction because we might go lower to the levels on 23, 24. So to understand how it works and how to play with YALA, let's do a quick analysis here. As always, we have three moving averages depicted at our daily charts. These are moving averages 20, 50, and 200. Here on the left, you see their legends. And if you look at those, most important, what you need to note is that they are decelerating. It means that they are bending. So they are still pointing upwards, but they are bending. It means that it looks like they want to go lower. So still going high, but at the moment their second derivatives are smaller than zero. Situation is very similar to what we observed during end of previous year, 2020, December. You can see here the same action of the price. We saw actually that the stock was bending and it caused some deceleration. We went all the level to 14 and then of course recovered. This could be similar situation here. We might still recover, but we need to know how to trade. And before blindly following let's say the pattern that was observed by end of December, we still might have a small spike here to the level of up to 34, 35, and only then we could have, let's say, a major correction, because it looks like we have a formation of temporarily of downwards channel. It's still very hard to say where will be the angle of this line, because we still need to see to how high we will rebound. But let's say, given that we keep in mind that the angle of the line is still unknown, we can define this as a channel R1, let's say, and the angle I will put here in brackets a question mark, because we don't know yet exactly how it will form and how it will work at the moment. But with this being said, what we could observe is actually a small spike and only then major correction. So I would wait for the major correction, but you can also play on the spike if you like. And then, speaking of profit taking at our channel, actually we always advise to take a profit at 10 to 15%, and don't be too greedy. Actually, you can always find other stocks. Once you take the profit, exit, take it, then you can either re-enter or, let's say, seek for other stocks. We post daily many stocks at our channel. So with this being said, how to trade here with YALA Group? First of all, you could already start entering at the current levels. Let's say anything below moving average 20 and 28.47. So if you would write this, let's say, in numbers, then let's throw it here. So it's anything between moving average 20 and the lowest of the price we observed during last trading session. So if we would write it, this would be something like 28.47 to 30.15. So that would be the first level to enter here. Why is it so? Because we could have a first spike upwards towards the line R1. Still, as I said, it's unknown where it will exactly be. It's still possible that let's say, the angle will be defined somewhere in the vicinity of 36, 35, because you look here is the major volatility level as well. So if it would be so, then of course the angle of R1 would be a little bit lower, so it will start descend faster. But still we don't know, but we need to keep in mind of possibility to spike. If you do it, you can play there, but once it bounces down, then of course we need to, let's say, reconsider again. Again, the same entry point would be valid, but then if it goes even lower, if there is no immediate secondary bounce, then of course we need to, let's say, look at more lower levels to enter, and it looks like we will be forming here a triangle. We'll speak about this a bit later. So speaking of lower angles to enter, we of course need to take into account, let's say, next levels of support lines, and it's clearly can be seen that one of them is of course sitting just here, which is about 23.10, and then another one would be just below, let's say, between about 25.50. So with this being said, this will create for us channel S1, S2, which we can play, and we could re-enter there. So if the price will decline, this could be a very nice average down opportunity, and then it will be a classical situation when we will moving up trend and then going for major correction. We will stick between moving average 20 and 50. We'll talk about this in a second. So let's first write it's 23.10 to 25, let's say 45 even. So that would be the level to average down second time. And what we are observing here is a situation which is classically known for stocks that are going up. Actually, for stocks whose moving averages are so-called 20, 50, 200, so when they are aligning like this on top of each other, usually when you have a major correction, the very first support line would be moving average 20 itself. But sometimes it goes a little bit lower, it pierces further, and then it can stuck between moving average 20 and 50, and that's exactly, you could see here, the situation we observed by end of the year. I again refer to it. So it was not only the, let's say, support line of 14, but also the situation when we stuck between 20 and 50 and then had it as a major rebounds. So usually these levels work as a very strong support lines for stocks that are growing, and growing means that all moving averages are going up one by one. So 20, 50, and then 200. Here we still don't have 200 because not enough time to count, let's say, the data, but we have 20 and 50. So with this being said, again, if we rebounds, there are two possibilities. We could again continue going higher to the level of R1, or still moving average 20 could work as additional resist line, because this also happens then. And then we could descend further within SMA 20 and 50 channel. And of course, if this is going to happen, mainly this could be happening only with some negative catalyst coming in, because usually you don't expect this decline, but still we need to take it into account. And also don't forget that this stock indeed showed incredible growth, because just in October we were below 7 and now we are actually about 30ish, and the highest were higher than 40. So the growth was incredible. The volatility therefore is also incredible here. So we need to take into account quite low average down strategies here. And of course, the most natural one would be the next low, very low one, and actually very stable in that sense level, which would be between 14 and actually 1560, just here. If we go there, this could be kind of a final very strong support level for this stock, forming the channel S3, S4, and opportunity to average down for the last time. And the reason for this is not only, let's say, the fact that we could decline, but also that the previous wave, this worked as a support line between channel S3, S4 actually, and also that if you look overall, from that the price started to take up. So this is one thing, and also you can see if you would imaginarily continue kind of trying to grow a trend of a growing trend here, this also confirms that this level was quite strong. So if we decline there, should be, let's say, very safe to average down there again. So let's write it here downwards. These would be actually 14 and 1550 to enter last time, and then this should make it a trading card for this stock. So these are 3 levels to enter, and if you more like, let's say, a numerical representation is here, if you more like graphical one, it's here. You can just make a snapshot of this one, and this would be then a trading card, as we call it. And then speaking of how to trade and how to enter, well, still it's more bullish, and again, as I said at the beginning, this might be forming a triangle similar to what we saw actually by, let's say, in December. It was not finished triangle, then we pierced higher. The same situation could be forming, because once we start, let's say, trending up, if this is confirmed, if really triangle formation is confirmed, again, we don't know exactly the level or the angle of this lower line, let's call it R2, and again, given into account that we still don't know the angle, later we might come back to this one, to this stock, and see what was the angle formation. So after a couple of volatility levels, we will know what's the angle actually and how it works, and when will be the rebound. So if it will work within the rebounds, within the triangle formation, it's safe game. If it starts piercing further downwards due to some, let's say, negative catalyst coming in, well, then we know how to play there. It's no risk anyway, according to our opinion. So in this situation, you know how to trade. And the last point, speaking of how to trade, with which volumes to enter, it's classical 5 portions play, meaning that the funds you would like to play here, you can split in 5, and then you buy in first circle with 1, then second circle with 2, and in the last circle with 2 portions again. So it's 1, 2, 2, or as we call it, 5 portion play. This will give you the best optimization of profit versus losses, and actually should be quite safe to play here like this for YALA Group Limited. That's all for the moment in the current episode. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Also check our free mobile application. And by the way, you can find us on several, let's say, social medias like Facebook, Instagram. You can check it in the description to this video, and stay connected there. So let's stay connected. See you at another episodes, and good luck with YALA.